Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metal market wrap-up, and this is for the evening of Wednesday, the 15th of April. Normally tax day, but not quite that way right now, but normally it is. And this is 2021, about 6:45 p.m. Metal markets, gold had a great day today. Silver's back up a bit too. I realize you're going to say, well, they're down tonight. I agree, but they had a big, strong day to the upside. Look at how the copper market has taken the naysayers that thought the market was going to have a problem as it was dropping back towards $4 a pound. Keep in the back of your mind, it takes about 6 years to develop a copper mine. The world's coming back online, and one of the big things that you need copper for is electric conductivity. And you're going to need a lot of it. So I'm not in their camp. If you're going to go with the go-go growth idea, which I'm into that idea, why would you want to even think that way there? Dollar index got hit, but it looks to me as though the dollar, and you'll see that in a minute, might be getting into that Bollinger Band bottom area where I'd look for the market to find its legs. When we look at the gold, nice rally, but so what? The market's coming up and it hasn't done anything. And don't get me wrong, I am not the proverbial bear in gold, just the opposite if you had to know that. But until it throws out a signal, all I look at this is yeah, maybe it made a bottom here, but there's certainly no signals that I'm seeing other than a reactionary rally that might culminate at the, and it's possible even beyond that, but I think the 18-week moving average of highs. When we look at the action here, the market's trying to break out to the upside, as you can see. Whether it holds, well, that's going to be the real test for the market. As we come over to the next chart, I had my finger wrong there, higher high, lower low, not a trend. I think you'd agree with me on that. Where's the battle? I think you'd agree also. It's at the 18-day average of closes. You can see how the market got under it here, snapped back. You don't want to see the same thing happen again. It sort of ruined the day when you broke through these lows back here, and now you're still not in that pattern because of it of higher lows, higher highs. As for resistance, let's go back a day or two. Where do you think, if you rallied, the first logical resistance point would be? If you take my Bollinger Band course, and I'm going to show it to you at the end of this, so I'm not going to do it right now. What I teach is expect resistance at the first challenge. Look what you did today, and isn't that interesting? You did it here, you fell back to the 18-day average. I'm not saying you have to fall back. I am saying you're in a serious resistance area. You're overbought. What about embedding? So you cannot count tonight's action. So let's go back to Thursday. Both numbers over 80, but not the day before. You're therefore simply overbought at an upper resistance point, trying to push out on that band. You've been spinning sideways for what seems forever, right? But remember what I said, this will either prove to be a base or a top. I'm waiting to see which it wants to do. In terms of the gold-silver ratio, as we're underneath the 18-day moving average of closes, it means that silver should be stronger than gold. And by Jove, it is. The market went up to both the 100-day average and the upper Bollinger Band. Where would you think I'd teach you that there's going to be resistance? Right here. You're not getting all the points that I do in that course. Believe me, you're getting 1 through 2 or 3. There's 13 chapters, so I'm not giving them to you. Lower low, higher high resistance area. We did talk about the fact when you were here that if the market tried to rally back, 3 layers of resistance, just go look at the videos that they're out there on YouTube. Now, 1 and 2 you got through. The next one I'd assume could be that right here, the 100-day average, and then the upper Bollinger Band. So you're into that third spring. Could the market just run? Of course it could. Just because I say it's in a resistance area doesn't mean that's going to be the truth. But I'll stay with what I know. You're overbought. You're in a resistance area. The market has said it doesn't want to decline anymore. I can get that, but it's not trending. Not my definition. Copper, is this going to be the breakout of that sideways action that it's been doing? I mentioned this over and over with gold, these sideways action patterns. You have the first step of attempting a breakout since you were over the upper Bollinger Band and closed in the top quadrant of the market. There's another part to it that can happen tomorrow. I'll let it go until I know that it's happened. Lower low, higher high, overbought in a resistance area. The platinum fighting at the 18-day average of closes. You got over that band, over this number, the 18, got to the Bollinger Band, got thrown back, couldn't quite make it down to the Bollinger Band, but you certainly challenged these lows, and you're just waving like this in the market. You're not doing anything. I had said to you over and over that one of the strongest of the metals was the palladium market, and I don't think I'm too far off on that. You know, if you take a look, that's the high. So, and that was not a hard one to predict on this, the way that I teach the charting. Higher lows, higher highs, challenge of that number, and then you'd come back here. So what was the high on up here? Because I think this is the high, and I just want to get to it. That was 27.49, okay? And I believe we hit 27.70 today. Let's just double check and see if I'm right on that. Yeah. And tonight you're backing off into the Bollinger Band. Will you embed? Well, you can't count tonight. So you got to go to Thursday, both numbers over 80, not the day before. So what do we have here? We have an overbought situation in metals, a number of them trying breakouts to the upside. None of them trying downside breakouts. We have the U.S. dollar that came down very hard and is going from the upper Bollinger Band straight on down. It fought a battle at the combination of the 18-day average, and that's the red one, and the dark one here is the 200-day, and as it turned out, the market fell down. Now, I spent a lot of time today, this afternoon, and I've written a report on what my view on the U.S. dollar is, why it's broken and not rallied with all the good U.S. economic data that's come out, what's causing the break in the dollar at that point, and it's my viewpoint. If you're a full subscriber, you'll see it. If not, maybe you should go to our website and give yourself the benefit of trying one of our full subscriptions. I think you'd like what you see there. In the Ethereum, you're still running to the upside. Kramer today put out that he sold half of his position in Bitcoin and paid off his mortgage with it. I know other people that have done the same thing. And as you can see, higher lows, higher highs, fully embedded reading. Still very strong. Coinbase all over the board doing one of these in its first 2 days of trading. And you look at these markets and you try to figure out, what do you do? As I said, I want to give you a master's degree in Bollinger Bands. Now, my course is not for the person that doesn't know what they are. This is about what you already know, I'm assuming, and what I teach in my course. I'm going to tie you together with the momentum oscillator, but it's all about the Bollinger Band. And it's when I tie that together, these three parts that I make up to it, you're going to be able to see how it works with long-term trends and short-term trends. Okay, you're going to have instant access to the 13 videos, each about 6-7 minutes long. You're able to work and try this with our charting software. We have two different versions. We have a Java-based, by the way, and one of them that's the state-of-the-art now for the websites. And I mean, it's fast. The release has been maybe a week, and it's phenomenal. Best one that I've seen come out. So you get a free trial to all that, so you can do exactly as I'm doing. So you'll be able to put in the same numbers, work it the same way. To find out about it, call us. Go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. Under the word education, I put up a free video for you to look at. I explain what I do in the course. It's not expensive, but if you're looking for another point of view on Bollinger Bands that goes along with how they were originally taught and what they're about, but it kicks it up another level, this might be what you want. Again, you can call my staff. They'll work with you, or you can just buy it online. I'm Ira. You have a great day.